Hi everybody, it's Honest John. Been listening to the Republicans, and if you listen to them, Barack Obama is an alien. His ideas are bizarre and radical, somewhere out on the fringe. He is a radical socialist who is trying to change America into some kind of European socialist, communist, Islamic state, which is very different from the country we know. If that were really the case, you'd have to wonder why the people who are most disappointed with Obama are lefties. They hate the fact that he left a lot of Bush policies in place. They are uncomfortable with the stepped up drone attacks on Al Qaeda and other terrorists. They are upset that he did not take a stand and close the prison at Guantanamo Bay. They are angry he did not veto NDAA. And if you really pay attention to the Affordable Care Act, there really isn't that much change in it. Except for the individual mandate, the Affordable Care Act leaves our healthcare system exactly as it is. As a matter of fact, it is built on what used to be conservative ideas. And not long ago, Republicans supported those ideas. Even the individual mandate was conceived by Karl Rove and the Heritage Foundation. If Obama really were the flaming radical the Republicans paint him as, the extreme left would be dancing in the streets. Instead, they are constantly proclaiming their disappointment with Obama. If you take an objective look at the record of the Obama administration, it is only extreme in its moderation. So how is it that Republicans view Obama is so different from the way most of the country sees him? Well, part of it is racism. I mean, there's no doubt that the Republican Party has become a home for the KKK and the American Nazi Party. Many of the Republicans' foremost spokespeople, including Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, and most Fox News anchors, have long histories of hate speech towards minorities, and we also saw the overt racism of the Tea Party. The other reason is that the Republican Party has moved so far to the right that they're pretty close to fascism. See, what you see depends on where you're standing. And the Republican Party is standing on ground once occupied by Benito Mussolini, Adolf Hitler, and Pol Pot. That's why the Republican Party embraced torture during the Bush administration. It fits their mindset. And here was their plan. They would set a precedent by using it on terrorist suspects and then gradually introduce it into the rest of the American justice system. And all those statements about coddling terrorists would then be changed to coddling criminals. If you look at the states that the Republicans have taken control of, the legislatures and the governors, they have enacted radical legislation about birth control, voting rights, union rights, abortion, and of course gun rights. I mean, stand your ground laws are basically an attempt to return this country to the old days of the Wild Wild West, when disputes were settled in the street and not the courts. And they have embraced the most extreme elements of religious thoughts. I've got news for y'all. Evangelism is not mainstream Christianity. It is a radical fringe element with ideas not much different from the Westboro Baptist Church. And if you want to talk about radical decisions, take a look at the conservative justices of the Supreme Court. Ideas like money is speech and corporations are people, these are not mainstream legal ideas. Now, Newt Gingrich recently proposed throwing activist judges in jail. If you followed his advice, the first people you would have to arrest would be Roberts, Alito, Thomas, Scalia, and Kennedy. Thanks for listening.